It was good, people. It's been a while. Yeah, I know. All right. Well, New York does it again. Another black life snuffed out for no real reason. And luckily, the cameras were there so it can capture the action. And when anybody read in the newspaper, which they're gonna publish his height and weight and race and big black scary man. Oh, he must have did something wrong. Case closed. Nobody cares. But yeah, New York does it once again. They choke out a man called Eric Garner, and I'm pretty sure if you have a Facebook or you read the Daily News or you go on any news site, you've probably seen this story already. Or maybe if you're subscribed to Cop Block on YouTube and or Facebook, you've probably seen the story a bunch of times. Now there's two versions. You got the short version and the extended version. The short version stops, after a little bit, especially after the cop tells everybody back up, because don't get too close to film it. Then the extended version, which I'll put in the description below, was I wasn't even gonna show the video. It's been shown 100 times, but just in case if you haven't seen it yet, I'll put it in the link in the description below. Be sure to click, the about section and show more, or it should show up automatically. Just click the link if you care to, know what actually happened. But yeah, so well, and of course, black people are upset. And Al Sharpton comes because, it's another outrage to lead another march and protest, because obviously marching and protesting changed nothing. But hey, Al Sharpton got to be in the spotlight and shit. Yeah. It's, it's just, it's fucking crazy. Like, every day, the same shit happens, and every day people go out, do the same thing, walk down the street, hold up a sign, and a week later, maybe a month later, maybe 2 months later, people forget about it, and another incident like this happens, and people are right back to point A, and they march from point A to maybe point C, doing the same shit the whole time, and just reset once it happens again. What's the definition of insanity? I don't know. I don't know. It's black people. Can you please devise another way, another tactic, something different, other than screaming on the top of your lungs for justice you will never get? Like, all right, say somebody breaks into your house, right? Whether apartment house, whatever. They break in, and they keep doing it. Now, don't even think of the whole scenario. You calling the cops to stop them. No, just say he or she just keeps breaking in, and every time you catch them breaking in, you ask them to stop, and they go, "Yeah, I'll stop." But a week later, 2 weeks later, whatever, they break in again, and you ask them again, "Can you please stop?" Then they break in again, and you ask them again, "Can you please stop?" And they do it again. You see where I'm going with this? No matter how many times you ask them to stop, they'll still do it. So just apply that to marching and picketing. Every time you yell at them to stop police brutality and hold cops accountable, they don't. Just a little secret here: when the police say they investigate themselves, that they're gonna do an internal investigation, whether it be internal affairs or department, the IED for police or whatever, even if it was like the FBI does internal investigations, they're gonna find nothing happened, nothing was wrong, everything was okay, and everything is hunky dory. How many times do we have to see the same story like that for you to get it through your fucking skull? Like, do you wake up brand new every day? Like, are you just born every day? Is there like a vagina in your bed that just spits you out and wipes your mind clean of what just happened yesterday? Or do you just like repeating the same thing over and over and over again? Now, I know it's not all of us, and excuse me if you perceive me talking like I'm separated from black people, which I'm not. It's just at the point of what is wrong with you motherfuckers, or what is wrong with us? And I can say a lot is wrong with us. Physical chains broke off because, keeping things in physical slavery is a lot harder than just constantly bombarding its mind and letting it do the work for you. Because, it's like having a child. You keep telling the child this shit over and over and over again this whole life. Then by the time it comprehends things around teenage age a little bit better than around, not teenage age, like still like little kid mode, it's probably gonna act out and do shit things because you just told it was shit all its life. And that's basically what happened with black people. Is you just got told you were shit so much. Now sometimes you just do shit because I probably could explain that a lot better, but at this point, so many studies, so many people are saying the same thing. You can go down the list: Amos Wilson, John Henrik Clark, Umar Johnson, Malcolm X. You can go down the list. There's been people, Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass, a little bit of W.D. Du Bois. It's been just keep saying the same shit, and after a while, it's like if I see somebody saying the same thing for hundreds of years and it has no effect, really, what's the point of me telling you the same thing again for the next 100 years? It is no point. No fucking point at all. Just like there's no point of you constantly marching for the next umpteen years for the same situations that keep happening. And I know you're gonna say, oh, well, what's the solution? Because for some reason you're not smart enough to think of different ideas. Somebody like me would have to hold your hand and tell you, hey, this is what we need to do next, or hey, have you thought of this? Which is even more sad and pathetic. It's like you're mad somebody spoke about the problem and said, hey, we should stop doing the same shit that's getting us nowhere. You're mad at that, but you're not mad at the fact that the problem keeps happening. Do you understand what I'm saying here? You know what I mean? Nah, I mean? Nah? Nah, I mean? Nah? Okay. But, yeah, you just keep doing the same shit, and the solution is right the fuck there. And it's funny because many people's rhetoric is the solution is hidden right in the fucking rhetoric. Like when Garvey said, hey, black people need to do for self. For some reason, a lot of that didn't catch on. When somebody said, hey, and the funny thing is what catch on is, which, white people like to say, the race card or race bait, that this part catches on when they go, black people die by white hands, so-and-so, etc., add anything after. That's all you seem to hear. Then when somebody says that, then they say, this is what we should do, or suggest, how about we try this? You miss that. Then you somehow just go all the way around that and say, where's the solution? I just fucking told you the solution. Or if I gave you 2 + 2 and didn't tell you the answer, you'd still cry about the fucking solution. It just boils down to, like, you don't want to do the work. You take the easy road and just go, well, I could use this calculator, which is easy as shit, or I could do this hard shit and use my brain. And fuck using your brain. That's totally fucking hard. It's like when the rappers go, if nigga didn't rhyme with nigga, this rap shit'd be hard. Know what I mean? But yeah. And I'll say this. I'll propose this solution. It's probably not even going to be popular with some of you, or it's going to go right over your head because you was already mad at the first half of the video. The last 3 minutes and shit. But how about you just stop that shit and focus on yourself, and when other people go, when you start holding meetings amongst each other, like, you get your black neighbors and your black teachers and your black children, and maybe if your black cops, if they're not too busy killing you trying to appease their white friends, get them together in a group and go, look, we have a problem, right? We know what's causing the problem. Make sure everybody understands the root of the problem, because sometimes even when you get a bunch of you motherfuckers together, somebody always want to dissent off cognitive dissonance about the fucking real problem and know who's causing your problem. You have to be sure about who's causing the problem. And I know a smart ass is gonna be like, well, who's causing the problem? What is he gonna say? He's gonna say white people, isn't he? I'll say white supremacy causing your problems, and it's getting so bad that it's infecting you so much that you start causing your own fucking problems. Then when your own problems get out of control, then that overshadows the root of the fucking, that just basically overshadows the root of the tree, because the branches are so thick and healthy with problems, you don't see where the shit is coming from. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, all right, like if I had a dozen apples, right, and there was one apple that had some kind of fruit disease that when other fresh fruit is next to it, it gets rotten. And I keep taking away the fresh apples, but never removing the rotten apple. And I just keep wondering why my fresh apples keep going to shit. Now, of course, I know somebody else is going to be like, well, you call white people rotten apples. Honestly, right now, I don't. If you're white or you're black and you hear me right now and you feel kind of offended, I don't care. If you're white or black and you're not like this, congratulations. You've just won one internet or life Xbox achievement or whatever the fuck that makes you feel good and you can pat yourself on the fucking back for. Congratulations. But you must gather yourselves together, understand what your problem was causing your problem. Now, I'm not saying that you gotta, just totally disassociate yourself from your white friends or whatever, or your non-white friends. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying work on yourself first. Fuck what everybody else say. You see you see another black person fucking up, go, hey man, you fucking up. That's not cool. Explain to them why that's not cool. Now, after you explain it to them and they still don't get it, well, he just lost. Fuck it. Dead weight, gone. And this is the real simple shit, because I can go into some real complex shit for some reason, even though they're not really complex, but some of you motherfuckers out there think it's really hard. Like Dr. Claude Anderson would say, group economics. Practice group economics, and with that money, you get into politics, and with that money from politics, you control even more shit, because now you have politicians in your pocket. But for some reason, after thousands of years on this earth and a couple hundred years in this situation, that has been lost. All common sense has been lost amongst many black folks. But I see some of you out there waking up. I see you. But yeah, that's just the simple shit. Now, if you want to go take a step further, like I said, hey, get all those people together, start practicing group economics. When one of your non-black friends come in and go, hey man, look man, if you want to do business, you gotta buy from this black hand or this other black hand before I support you. There you go. Now, I know somebody goes, reverse racism. No. And that's just a whole nother video explaining why it's not. And I'm not even going to get into that, but it's just no. Or you can go call up Bob Ross and have him paint you a field in the corner somewhere. But yeah. This is the real simple shit. Now, back to, I'm pretty sure you're wondering what the hell does this have to do with Eric Garner dying. Well, it has a lot to do with Eric Garner dying, because, once again, he's going to be one of the continued black people to die at the hands of police brutality, whether it be a black cop doing it. And ironically enough, you never really see black cops accidentally killing white people. It's funny, but it's funny as shit. And that should probably be a later video full of hypotheses and questions and theories, but like I said, a later video. Or, he's going to be one of the continued, 100 or so, thousands maybe, to go through the same thing. And this instance of people holding up signs and demanding justice is going to be the same. It's just going to keep repeating itself. And nothing's gonna change until you do something about it. And I gave you some ideas. You don't gotta agree with them. You don't gotta do them, because I'm pretty sure you won't do it. Pretty sure some of you might do it, but I'm pretty sure many of you won't do it. Now, if I was offering like the cinnamon challenge or like put your dick in the iron challenge, you'd probably do that because it's just stupid as fucking. Some of you motherfuckers love stupid shit. Or if I was like, if I like call out the first weave you see challenge, I'd probably have a plethora of motherfuckers pointing that shit with weave on it, because some of you just stupid like that, and we all know all problems in the black community start with weaves, but hint hint, but yeah, and I'm not saying hint hint as in it does, but fuck it, whatever. I'm just gonna say, if you watch Tommy Sotomayor, you a dumbass. But yeah. And before this video even ends, white folks, we gotta be real honest, real quick. We're gonna be real honest right now. Remember when Melissa Alexander said, white men are opposed to make money off of the same thing black people got locked up for? Now I'm gonna take that what she said and apply it to police brutality. Just like weed, marijuana, Mary Jane, whatever the fuck you want to call it, skunk, dank, whatever. Police brutality wasn't a fucking big thing in white people land until white people started giving their kinfolk more and more authority to do shit, and you had the Supreme Court say, hey, police don't have to protect you first. They only there to generally uphold the law. So when, a couple white heads started getting knocked around, now you get pages like Cop Block popping up with a bunch of white people angry at, police brutality, only because, and we're going to be real honest, only because you get knocked upside your head too. Now if you're mad that I just said that, I don't care. It's the truth. Please show me your protests, your these massive white protests against police brutality 10-15 years ago. You won't see it. Just like you won't see 10-15 years ago this massive push to legalize weed with white folks, because white folks started getting locked up for weed. The police started going, oh shit, they ain't just locking niggas, we ain't just locking niggas up no more. We gonna lock your white bread ass up too. And what happened? Colorado's legal, other states is decriminalized because white folks started getting hurt by it. It's as simple as that. That's the real honest truth. And if you don't like it, black out.